Hi, I'm Steve Addario,
Hi, I'm Allison Addario.
and we are here at the relationship event. I came with no expectations of anything, and just with an open mind and an empty cup. How about yourself?
I have no idea what's going to go on. I hope I'm not entering Fight Club. But I'm hoping that it brings us closer together. That's it. I don't have any expectations. I have an open mind, and that's it.
And we're back, folks. Hey, it's Steve and Allie again. How are ya? So this morning, for me, when I had to blindfold my wife, or she had to put the blindfold on, it was a big trust, right? Because she's got to trust me to walk her in and put her down without making her fall or hit stuff, even though she might have bounced off a door jamb, but that's not, it's the first day. All right, so the next biggest thing that stood out for me was doing the love language survey, because originally I had thought that physical touch was my number one.
And it's not.
It's slid down to number two. And what's funny is that for probably the past year, she's been calling me needy, telling me, what do you need to hear? I love you all the time and you're doing a great job. Well, guess what my number one love language is now?
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. What a surprise. So acts of service and physical touch were they're tied for number two. So we all know what's going to happen with those two. So what was some big things for you?
So we started the day, I was blindfolded, and you walked me into the room. So that was a trust thing. I was like this. And yes, he did walk me into the wall. But it wasn't even so much that. It was the not knowing what was next. Definitely the 5 love languages. So confirmed, my number one is quality time.
Which I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was surprised that physical was my last. Yeah.
Physical's her last, and it's my number 2. So we got some work to do. That's all. And we'll be happy. We're perfectly fine with practicing physical touch.
So day 1, when Mike announced that we had to write our own eulogy, immediately I thought it was like morbid, like who wants to think about death? So it was totally uncomfortable for me. But I think the most uncomfortable part was I wasn't afraid to read it in front of a crowd. It was supposed to be a eulogy, so somebody else was to be reading it about me and like the legacy that you would leave. So how other people view you was my challenge when writing it. Yeah. You did it before, so.
Yeah, so doing it before and doing it never gets easy. Let's just make that clear right now. The thing that was easier is I could see what I wanted my future to be, and I could see me from the last time I wrote it to this time I wrote it, I can see me living into that story that I want to be able, the legacy that I want to leave behind. So that was a pretty powerful exercise on the second time. So, yeah. So what do you think about the rebar tonight?
So the rebar, we walked out today because he said we were doing, what did he say?
Just an outdoor exercise.
We were doing an outdoor exercise. So we're walking and I see the bars on the ground and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're building here. And then we do our thing and then here comes my husband with a bar and they're telling me I have to bend it with my neck. So being pushed this weekend and being challenged, it was definitely uncomfortable on my neck.
Good, push, bend it. Boom! Yeah, there we go. Nice job.
Like looking into your eyes and knowing that we could do it together, like that we were both, on the same page. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, and for me, so like as a husband and wife, one's stronger at certain points physically and then mentally. So it's kind of like having to gauge where your partner's at and throttle up or throttle back, because you don't want to just roll them over and then be like, oh, I'm sorry, let me pick you back up and put you back together. Most men probably have done that in the past, myself included, where you now have to be sensitive to the size and capacity where your partner's at, to not steamroll them, because they're supposed to be beside you, not underneath you.
Stevie Tish, I'm here for you.
Thank you for not allowing me to give up on the most important thing in my life, because I was there and you kept saying don't give up. put in a little bit more, just a little bit. Wait, they need you. It's important. And then give up. I'm glad I didn't. Thank you.